What's going on, guys? My name is Tim Roswick, and today we're going to talk about what effect getting to the top of R gaming on Reddit has on your game. So real quick before we start, I run Game Dev Underground. This is an awesome YouTube channel where I post daily YouTube videos. So if you're new here, consider subscribing because I have a ton more content like this that comes out every single day. So let's get into the post. I want to specifically show you my post where I got to the top of R gaming. This was the post. I posted it on Valentine's Day. My game's name is Philophobia, and it's about the fear of love. The game is about love being literal hell. So first of all, I kind of want to talk about what things went into me getting to the top of gaming, what effect it had, and then I have a bunch of analytics to actually show you up here of like actual impact that it had on my game. So real quick, all I did was post a GIF. I made this GIF in about an hour. It took me to record the footage, and I kind of spliced some of the more visually interesting levels in my game together into a coherent GIF. And now that I actually look at it, I feel like there's a few things I could have done better. Like these earlier scenes are really quick. I feel like one of the most interesting scenes is this one, and it goes on because it kind of shows the shadow. But, you know, that's easy to see in retrospect. I think the main thing that got me to the top was the title. And I actually spent a long time on the title because this was Valentine's Day, and this game did get inspired by a rough breakup. And, you know, the game is really personal, and to be honest, I was really kind of scared to share this, but I wanted people to know the story. But it's really hard to get, like, it's so simple when you just read this headline. Went through a really rough breakup and inspired me to make a game where love was literal hell. Like, that makes sense, but for me, I kept trying to tell the whole story, and it was like paragraphs and sentences, and like it just wasn't working. So this is what I ended up with, and a quick and simple headline I think is really what got me to the top of the page. I think it's the headline plus the timing. Obviously, it was Valentine's Day, so this struck a chord. And real quick, can I just say that, like, these people are amazing. I was so terrified. People were going to slaughter my game, that they were going to talk so much shit, and like everybody was super supportive, and it caught me completely off guard. When this happened, I stayed up all night. I stayed up till like 5 a.m. just refreshing and reading comments as they come in. Like, I haven't even gotten through all of them. As you can see, I still have 284 some messages in my inbox just because there's so many. And it was so amazing to just see people, I mean, not just for my game, but just to be so supportive of another human being. Like, it really meant a lot to me. So it was definitely life-changing in that regard. And then also the exposure helps too. So 38,000 upvotes. Now Reddit actually tells me I got 147,000 views. I don't know if this is the actual number. I'm not really sure because I never actually noticed these stats before. I actually looked up I Googled this, like what the view to upvote ratio was, and I found a chart where on gaming it was like 58 views per upvote or whatever that is. And again, this is over a year old, so I don't know, but from marketing, I understand that, like, you know, the amount of people that actually end up upvoting your game versus viewing your GIF is extremely low. So this seems a little low to me, but, you know, take it what you will. You know, 147,000 views. That's what Reddit says. That's what we got. According to this chart, it would be closer to 2 million views, but I'm not really sure. So I actually got, when I posted this, I got a message that said I got to the front page about a couple hours in. But when I click, it says I was number 25 on the actual front page of Reddit, just so you guys know. But when I click the link, it says I was on the front page 0 hours and 0 minutes. So I'm not sure what that means, and that's why I'm really talking about the top of R gaming versus the top of Reddit, or the front page of Reddit. Like, I don't know if the stats are just missing or whatever. And then it's also important to note that the prime time of this post was actually in the middle of the night. It was like 4 a.m. and Reddit went down at 4 a.m. for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I know that because I was up refreshing, constantly reading it. And I was watching my analytics as well. And it dived for 15 minutes. And then when Reddit came back online, it never really picked up again. So it was kind of bummed to see that Reddit just killed the traction of the post, but it is what it is. So let's get into some analytics here so you can see. So this was what my site looked like before, and we'll show you my site just in case you're new. One of the mistakes I actually made on the site too, because if you see from the GIF, the graphics have been significantly updated versus the site, and I was not expecting that kind of traction on the site, so I didn't even update the site, and it's still a cube and a blank color and all that stuff. So I should have done that, but this is the basic site that I had in a comment. The top comment is the link to the site, and people would click on this and then they'd hit notify me on launch, and then there's an email sign up there. So this is the actual views. This is how many people actually went to the site. So I was getting on average maybe 5 to 10 views a day, like literally doing no marketing. I think some of these spikes happen when I do live streams and I have videos go out where people visit the site, because I occasionally stream the game live, and so people go to the website. But as you can see, it went from 10 to 6,000 on Wednesday, which was Valentine's Day, and I posted it later in the day, so that's why. And then Thursday, the next day, was 9,200, and then it dropped back down to 200. So if we look at the social referrals, obviously the top one is Reddit, but people also shared it on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, and we'll look at the Twitter analytics in a second. And these are the stats that actually came along with that. So 40 on YouTube, 25 on Facebook. Significant from Reddit. And two, it's worth noting that Google Analytics, it doesn't seem to keep track of stuff completely when it always shows like there's a higher number of directs. And it's not entirely accurate. Most of these come from Reddit, obviously, but some people probably typed it in. Some people opened up a browser from an app, which Google views as a direct sometimes. So that's probably what the majority of these are. And then, so 4,000, 6,000. So we ended up over 10,000 visits in around a 24-hour period, maybe a 48-hour period. And what that translated to, so the only way people found my Twitter, by the way, so this is my top tweet, and it's basically the same GIF that I posted, and you could see it had double the impressions and like 5 to 6 times the engagement, even more if you look at engagements here. And basically people are finding my Twitter by going to the website, scrolling all the way down and clicking Twitter. So this could have definitely been better positioned, and then they would retweet me and follow me. And I got a bunch of follows that day too. You could see this is like my average. Every once in a while I post something interesting, but it just went crazy on that day because people were really engaging. So that's what it did for me. And then I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I got a ton of emails from people, just support, just being awesome. People wanting to be a beta tester, people offering to QA, people offering to do music for me, people asking questions, just really cool people in an email. And it was really interesting to kind of see all that. And I'm really glad that a lot of people did this, because it was really cool to just get emails from people that are just interested in the game. And then I think the real stats here, like all of these stats are important, right? Views are important, upvotes are important, all that stuff. Exposure is important, but really what it comes down to is people clicking this button, because when they put their name and email in, then I have their contact info, and then I can really market the game to them. And these are people interested in the game that want to actually be contacted by me. So this is the major exposure part. And this is the daily subscribers. This Skullback Studios is the company that I have that I'm putting my games under. As you can see, that first day we got 158 subscribers. That second day we got, come on, show up. It says right here. 1,952 subscribers, and then 29, and then 8. This was really cool. We got over 2,000 people to subscribe to the game. I have not followed up with them since. It's something I need to do. But this right here, I can tell you because I used to run a marketing company and I know these numbers. And this is enough to really run a Kickstarter effectively. This is enough to, really launch a game solidly if these people are really interested in the game. And I'd have to see how that works out over time. But I was really surprised. I got over 2,000 people to subscribe to my email list. And I was really happy people show support because I know this game really resonates with people. The story that I went through to come up with this game really resonates with people. And sometimes it's hard to share, and it's a really, emotional story. So it was cool to see that people supported it. And then in addition to that, we also got, I didn't pull this up, but if we got a couple posts from different sites, like Games Radar covered it. And this is another mistake on my part. I don't have a press kit at all. So there was a lot of people that actually asked me for images and stuff. And this guy actually pulled this image off my Twitter. Cause it was just an image I posted one day, and he just posted the GIF and basically summarized my, my comments, which is cool to get coverage by different websites and stuff. And, I got emails about some other sites. I forget what it was, but there's a couple other articles. Nothing crazy. Like I didn't get Kotaku or anything like that. But this was cool to see Games Radar because I like this site. And basically I've gotten a lot of follow-ups since too. People are tweeting me and telling me they love the game, and I got a lot of emails. And it's just been crazy because I think the major things I would do differently, just if you're watching this as a game developer and you're thinking of posting to our gaming, one, I think my number one mistake was posting at 4 p.m. because then the prime time of the post ended up like 4 a.m., which, is not as big as it would have been in prime time. Two, I was not prepared. The website was not updated. It should have been updated to the latest graphics. Three, I did not have a press kit, this is super basic stuff, and I absolutely should have known that. I should have had a press kit. It's just insane to me that I didn't. And then those are my top 3 mistakes I think that I made. And it was fun. I was really happy to see the support, like as a game developer, being super scared to share that game because it's so personal. It was really great to see so much support from so many cool people, so many cool, just people out there, and people sharing their stories and people talking about how, the subject matter too, breakups and relationships and love and all that has to do with the game. So it was cool that the game itself became a conversation starter for some of the rough stuff. And I'm happy. I'm happy as as more than I could have expected. I expected it to do well. I did not expect it to do number 1 in our gaming. I definitely didn't expect it to hit the front page. So I've seen similar statistics from other people, and some of them are higher than mine slightly by maybe 50 to 100% higher, but these are all my statistics and analytics and stuff, and I hope you guys found it useful. Like I said, I post daily game dev videos like this every single day, so hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But let me know your comments, let me know your thoughts. If there are any questions that you have, I'm completely transparent, so anything you guys want to know about getting to the top of our gaming, let me know. Ask down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer. But once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.